All right. Let me get this part out of the way. First off, inaugural. God, I need to do a compilation of all the times I've cracked bubbly on the show. But anyways, what I got right now is see, this is weird because like I'm in the weird spot because I'm trying to do something different with the podcast, but this is taking that step back because it's doing. Anyways, I have an additional guest that is time sensitive, so uh, she's gonna be joining this month, and I'm super excited. And yeah, welcome to Missing the Homies. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Um. Anyways, really excited. This is Missing the Homies. This is the show where I bullshit with my homies. This month, have a very special. This month I guess this month was like last month. Maybe this is just my new thing where I have 2 guests per month. Anyways, that ruined the secret. But I have a very special guest, Renee's mom. But she will introduce herself, and she's a little nervous, so I wanted to do this part without her. And yeah, I'm gonna run the intro. Welcome to Jurassic Park. All right, play the intro. A lot of the time I just start it, so we just get right into it, but I didn't want to make you nervous. So if do you tell me when to start recording.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
Damn.
So this is all you.
All right.
Recording in progress.
All right. Well, I got my little nose pick in, and here we are. This is we'll be post. Do me a favor. Wait, turn your iPad the other way. There we go.
Okay.
Now it's right.
Do I have to work on centering this a little bit, maybe? No?
Up to you. Whatever's the most comfortable for you. I'm so excited. This is so funny.
It is funny.
So yeah.
I don't think you know what you got yourself into.
I don't think you know what you got yourself into.
Very little podcast experience, technology challenged at times.
Well, look.
Hot mess on a Saturday afternoon.
Let me tell you, if I could get my grandma to figure it out for a whole month, I am not worried about anybody hopping on a Zoom.
Okay.
So we're all good.
I think my hair looks better than yours, though.
Oh yeah, I had my hat on, and then while I was setting up, I had my hoodie on, and I took it off in between, because I did my little intro part without you, just to give you a minute to collect yourself.
Oh, got it. Okay.
But yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited, so giddy. So yeah, so I gave you a very small intro. Would you like to introduce yourself to the whoever's watching?
So if I were charged with giving an intro, as you have just indicated, I think I would simply state my name, which is Leanne Odom, and I identify as Renee and Noelle's mom.
But that's it? What else? Come on, you're you.
Antonio's mom too. And
Love you.
a kitty caretaker, right? A transportation specialist, a last minute dinner thrower together, and the master of laundry. I think that covers a lot of bases.
That is a lot. Because I'm gonna have a little like third that is gonna give your name and your identifier. Like Noelle's is Milk Freak.
Oh, okay. I'm the laundry queen, hands down.
which still like throws me every time. But I kind of get it. Well, oh my gosh, last week, 2 weeks ago, we did laundry every single day.
Yeah.
It was a bad time, but I kind of get it. It's like it's therapeutic.
There is something gratifying about this mess of a pile of whatever people discard as dirty laundry, right? Because everybody's threshold for dirty laundry is markedly different. No
Yeah,
judgment, right?
yeah.
So you just take the whatever that pile is and you put it through the process, and the end game is like this beautifully organized, clean, folded piles of success.
So what's your metric for dirty then? Because I have different like pants. I could give. Also, am I too loud? I might. Do I sound
No,
okay on your end? Okay.
no. How
Um,
about on your end?
you're perfect. Actually, wait. Talk for me one more time.
Wait, what?
Never mind. That was good. I just have to check my levels.
Oh, okay.
Um, but so like pants, I could wear them a couple of days before they're dirty. T-shirts, one and done for me, maybe two.
Okay. So that is what you think is a short question, but that is a really complicated question.
I
So
I
the
want
answer, it's gonna it's gonna be meaty. Are you
so
ready for
so look. I just want to preface this because everybody is like, I don't ever know what to talk about on the I want to hear you just talk. My goal for these shows is if I could sit here and just listen for 40 minutes. Oh, also 40 minutes. It will kick us off after 40 because I refuse to pay for Zoom Premium.
got it?
But so 40 minutes is the hard out.
Okay.
But so yes, give me your long answer. I want no short answers. I want the long answer.
Okay, the long answer. So for what constitutes dirty laundry? Okay, we're gonna start from closest to your body out, right? So I'm gonna go with socks and underwear are non-negotiable. It's a one-time wear,
One and done.
and then it's done. Unless it's like you take a shower at night, put socks on just to keep your feet warm for like 20 minutes before you're going to bed, and then you crawl in the bed and take them off. And then, maybe could you say, okay, those are the same socks you put on in the morning to keep your feet warm? Maybe. Like that's a maybe.
I
But
got
as
you.
far as like, if we're like, we'll have the measurement be beginning of the day to end of the day. And at the end of the day, what's dirty and what's not.
Yeah.
Socks and underwear are one and done. I
One
think,
one time use.
yep. So I think those undergarments are check. I think if we're talking about like bras or t-shirts or an undergarment on the top,
Yep.
I think it depends on how much you sweat and if you were freshly showered that morning.
And feel free to not answer. Are you a sweaty person?
On a like what I'll call normal day basis, not really. If I exercise, I sweat like a man. So that's
How's
like,
marathon training coming? Anyways,
yeah,
ignore. Don't answer me.
that's yeah, I was gonna say what kind of like little quirky loaded question was that? But anyway, okay, we can come back to that.
Yeah, we'll come back.
So I think the top undergarments could be anywhere from like 1 to 3 days, let's call it. It just depends. Just saying.
Clicking. Oh no. Okay, never mind. I'm going crazy.
What's clicking?
I thought I heard something clicking, or it might have been
So,
somebody clipping their toenails.
ew. Okay, we can talk about that too. Um, so this is what makes me think there's a lot of people in the world that wear bras multiple times
Yeah.
because I think women are inclined to like hang them in different places, like from doorknobs to bathroom hooks to bedposts because they're going to wear it again, right? So that's
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's what tells you bras are not one and done because you see them hanging in a variety of places. So Noelle had this teacher a couple of years ago, and this was so she would have been, was it second grade or third grade when COVID hit and everything went video.
Yeah.
And she had a younger male teacher, great guy, and I think he was more like newly married, did not have kids,
Yeah.
and he was trying to do reading class like via Zoom.
Hmm.
And the whole time, all I could see was the bra hanging off the doorknob behind him as he was reading like this kid's book.
Oh my gosh. Check your Zoom background.
Poor guy. Um, but in my mind, well, that was really funny. I'm like, see, his wife wears her bra multiple times clearly, or
That
else it wouldn't be hanging there.
so are you subconsciously like looking at people's laundry and being like, hmm, I know like at work are you like, I know they wore those pants 2 days in a row. Are you that person?
Um,
Or is that how deep
no,
the laundry queen goes?
yeah, no, not really. No, I'm not inventorying other people's attire. Um,
Just Zoom,
no,
just
but
teachers Zooms.
I keep track. Yeah, just teacher Zooms. Because it was just so obvious. So if we move beyond undergarments, I would say to your point, pants, correct. Depending on where you were and what you were doing, like in and out of the office, dress pants, that's like a multiple day thing, right? Typically, you're not going to do anything that's going to get those dirty and it's not sweaty. So
Right.
that's fine. I think pants when you're traveling, so like
Like,
airplane
okay,
seats,
that's what I was.
air like a
The
airplane.
Amtrak.
Yes, that's done.
Oh,
Game
those are
over.
one and done?
The travel pants are one and done. Ew. Yeah. So, um, yeah. So I think it's somewhat dependent on what you're doing. So I
What?
think
Okay.
pants.
Now we got the standard answers out of the way. What about fuzzy socks? Like those.
Wait, we didn't do like sweatshirts and stuff.
Oh, how often do
So I
you?
think like sweatshirts, if you're wearing them over a t-shirt, that's like multiple times. Like sweatshirts are good for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they're not touching your body, they're not touching your armpits. And so you have like this barrier, right? So unless you're somewhere like dirty or icky, it's totally fine.
Do you have outside and inside clothes?
Um, I think I would say it more like I have outside work clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so, okay, if I'm gonna pick some weeds or trim some bushes or whatever, then yes, there's outside clothes. Um, and then there's outside clothes, like outside exercise clothes. And then there's outside around the pool clothes, not to be confused with a swimsuit. Um, and then, yeah, sometimes there's just inside clothes.
This is a long answer. I didn't realize how deep it goes because I guess I don't think about laundry that deep.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, so then what's the right way to what? Because I know you don't like when I wash them because I throw everything together
Yeah,
and put it
yeah,
on cold.
you mix colors and delicate fabric with,
I'm putting a cashmere
yeah,
scarf with.
a pair of jeans that, yeah, I mean, and the denim is scratchy, right?
With my
So yeah,
501s.
yeah, yeah. I think that comes from a place of wanting to be efficient
Mm-hmm.
and get the biggest bang out of your buck
I was
in
gonna
a
say
laundry.
not buck 50.
Yeah, out of the feeding the pay washing machine and dryer, right? So you're trying to stuff it.
I
I
hate it.
think I think when the washing machine is yours at home, you don't want to stuff it. You want a more reasonable size load, and you don't want to crap it up because then it's gonna last longer.
Sorry, you said
So
load.
a reasonable size load is what I said.
Yeah, as opposed to an excessive load.
Yep. Yep. You're right.
Um, I lost my place. Um,
That's
but
pretty funny.
but so because I always thought the reason you did it was so that the colors don't bleed, but
Correct.
aren't
I mean, there's merit to that too,
but
because you're going to dingy your light colors if you mix dark colors with them.
but aren't
If
isn't
you wash white t-shirts with navy blue stuff, it's going to take on that dingy gray look. It's going to be it's going to look icky
Hmm.
eventually.
Yeah. I thought that had to do with the soap and the detergent, though.
Well, I still think it has a lot to do with mixing them and if the colors bleed and the temperature of the water and all of that. It's better to just separate it out.
Gotcha.
It feels better.
It's more satisfying.
It is. It's like your silverware drawer, right? Do you throw it all in there or do you separate out the knives, forks, and spoons?
Oh my goodness. So sorry. This bubbly is getting me. Um,
What kind of bubbly is it?
bubbly. This is the caffeinated one. It's the triple berry. This is my favorite one. So much so that it kind of bothers me when Renee drinks some. I know that's bad. But
Okay, let's talk about that.
about,
How is it that people are so food stingy?
well, okay. So here's my thoughts on this. So for the longest time, because I need sugar. And I need to be drinking all the time. I just am always hydrated. Um,
And
and
you want tea all the time?
oh yeah. Well, once the doctor told me that like it was fine, I guess I figured I would just triple down and just not worry about hydrating. So I just am constantly hydrating. But so I was trying to cut out pop, and then that's where I was trying all of these different caffeinated or sparkling waters, and then I found this one, and I was like, okay, nay, this is it. Like this, I don't want to drink pop. I like this enough. This is my replacement for pop. And then she's
So
like,
then what are you really replacing? So what have you then cut? Is it the dark corn syrup and prep? I mean, because if that has sugar, caffeine, and carbonation in it,
it has
then
no
how is
sugar. No
Oh,
sugar.
it does.
But it's sweet enough. I don't know what it does, but this scratches the itch that is me wanting pop or iced tea enough.
Okay.
And there are other sparkling waters in the fridge that Renee likes and I don't. So I'm like, just don't drink the ones that I want to drink. But whenever I say that, I'm like, that's messed up. So
Feel stingy. She's food stingy though.
she is. She's so bad.
And so is Noelle. So, I mean, these are kids that would, if I got something out of the refrigerator, prepared something, snack, they were like seagulls, right? They
Yeah.
like swooped in. They wanted their share.
Mine.
They were all about it. And yet they've turned both into like, you would think that they had food insecurity, right? They do not share the food that they have.
It kills me. And
I don't get it.
are you food stingy?
No, that's what I'm
No?
saying. I've shared all of my stuff with them. So they
Crazy.
were raised in an environment where you share your plate
Mm-hmm.
and they won't share their plate.
Whenever, because I mean, Renee will still do that every now and then. She'll be like, "This is my food," and I'll look
I
at her. I'll be like, "I don't care." So what I really wanted to ask you, this is a hard pivot.
Uh-oh.
No, not really. It's not. Have you ever watched Black Swan? The movie with
I
Natalie
have.
Portman.
The ballet, yeah.
Yeah, so we were watching it last night, and
It's
it was super
weird.
weird. Do you remember the movie?
It's been a hot minute, but like, didn't she like grow feathers? Or it's like borderline like sci-fi or something.
Yeah, it's
Really.
super weird. So
Do you think it's classified as sci-fi or horror, or what do you think it is?
I think it was like suspense, thriller, horror, but
Okay.
it's like I would say it's close. It has elements of sci-fi, but
Any person who sprouts feathers,
sci-fi.
just saying.
That the whole part where she was like getting goosebumps, but like you could see the
I know.
feathers rippling. made my like stomach turn.
Yeah.
But so that movie, also the part where she was like sitting there picking and she pulled her skin all the way.
Yeah.
It like I had to walk out of the room. I was like, Renee, just tell me when it's done because I couldn't do it. But anyways, anytime dance comes up, Renee always reminds me that you used to dance. And every single time I always like, it's always a surprise for me because I just like, I don't know. I never have heard you talk about it or anything in that world. And that just like, because I feel like every time Renee says something, she's like, oh, yeah. Like, I hear just like a little bit more. And I just think it's so interesting, especially after that movie. So I wanted to ask you about that. I just thought that was so interesting because that seems like a secret life. But I mean, I'm sure it's not like a secret.
I don't think it's a secret life. I just think it's a past life, right? So I think, so dancing since I was a kid and,
what kind of dance?
like the run of the mill, like what kids take dance classes for, tap, ballet, jazz.
I was going to say, I mean, yep. I don't know. So, okay, tap, Hawaiian.
Your sister danced. You've been to recitals.
Yeah, but I was like there physically, but I was not there presently. Yeah. No, I was there with my Game Boy. So
you behaved while she was in.
Yeah, I was quiet.
Yeah. So I think I see it this way, right? Like parents try to get their kids into different stuff, whether it's sports or, my mom made me play softball, hated it. I think I did some bowling. I remember that being okay, but I danced and I liked dance and I felt like I was good at it. And it didn't involve catching some sort of ball that was being thrown at you, which is not my thing.
Mine either.
So throwing and catching, forget it. So I think about sports that are kind of like individual contributor, yet
team
with a team,
like a team based.
Yeah. So like if you think about swimming, right?
Tennis.
So you're like, you have to be good and you're kind of competing against yourself because you always want to get better. So like in swimming, that's your time.
Yeah.
But then you're contributing to a greater good, which is the team part of it. But it really takes the like throwing or hitting or catching a ball or putting it in a hole or a hoop or whatever else, like totally out of the equation.
Yeah. So it's just like it's a sport. It's another activity. Is it a sport? I don't mean that.
No, it's probably like an art or whatever. Anyway,
is it in the Olympics?
No.
Neither is pickleball, but pickleball. I want to play.
We could talk about pickleball.
But so
we did the pickleball tournament. But anyway, okay, so back to dance.
Yeah.
And then when I got older and I was highly reliable, so it was always showed up to class, got the perfect attendance. So then those were the kids that were picked to be what is called like the class demonstrator. So then when the instructor needed you to demonstrate, to demonstrate to the rest of the class something, particularly to little kids, then you got to be like class demonstrators. And then
so were you always a demonstrator, or once you got to a certain?
Well, once you got to be like that age, and then eventually, if you stuck it out through that and did well, then you got to teach classes like little kids.
Did you teach classes? Oh, were you part of a company? Right, that's what it's called.
Yeah,
so that whole thing, like that whole world, I guess that's not so much like related to you, but what I wanted to ask you from watching that Black Swan, because I was like, I kept asking Renee questions and she would go to answer me. And the first time she's like, who like knows this better is my mom. I was like, oh, okay, then don't give me the answers. I'll just wait till tomorrow. But I kept asking these questions because like
I never grew feathers.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. That was on my list of questions the black swan
Yeah,
happens to
but
everybody.
take that off. Never grew feathers.
But like, what? So Natalie Portman was like 20. How up until how long did you dance until?
Yeah, so I would say a lot of kids dance through high school,
Mm-hmm.
and then, um,
No, but you.
yeah, I danced through college
Oh, okay.
because I stayed local, so I could stay with the same studio. And then when I graduated from college, then you kind of start your career job, if you will.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of people that continue on in like what they call adult classes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think something like the Black Swan is typically, well, like any, so, people that go professional. So whether that's, to New York or other big cities that have paid performers,
Mm-hmm.
um, then that kind of is their job. So then they're really not pursuing some other career.
Oh,
Like
okay.
I knew I wasn't that person.
Right.
So I went to college for a different career.
Right. But did you? But so you were a part of those true. You were a part of the company. You said true.
Yeah. So
It's
I
a
think
theater
like a
troupe.
company, like in a, like what I'll call more of like a community based dance studio are people that,
Did you
are
did you dance at
dedicated, show
Taylor?
up. I did. I went to Dance Corner in Taylor.
Was that where Renee and Anjali went?
No, they went to the City of Taylor dance program.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I no.
So then the company is like, people that have a certain skill level and show a certain level of commitment. And then the studio does arrange what I'll call more significant performances other than like the annual recital for company dancers. You could oftentimes, be performers at festivals or parties or stuff like that. So there is, it's beyond the studio's recital,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like a theater downtown on Broadway
Right.
or you know what I mean, something like that.
Did you get to dance at any cool places?
Um, like what used to be the Festival of Trees down at Cobo. Like we did
Cool.
some performance there. We did some pretty interesting parties because people would hire Hawaiian dancers, and so sometimes our group would do that.
So what
Yeah,
what
yeah,
um what styles did you dance like at that level? Obviously Hawaiian. Did you do
yeah. I
like
was gonna say Hawaiian was in pretty big demand for performance sort of stuff. I think because it was like nichey,
yeah.
because it would go with like Hawaiian theme sort of stuff.
Yeah, they get a tiki bar, get some Hawaiian dancers.
Mhm. Oh, let's have a luau. Oh, let's hire some Hawaiian dancers.
So you did luau's? That's so like that's so that's so cool. Because
Isn't
like
that funny?
it's funny and like this is why I wanted to ask you because not that I like don't believe it, but I just think it's so cuz like I know you in this capacity. I don't know you as a luau dancer and that's I just think that's so funny. That's so interesting.
Yeah. So in, just kind of cleaning and organizing, like adults routinely do, I came across like the scrapbook that my mom had for me. So there was like a page or two every single year. So from like kindergarten through whatever. And it always had my like dance performance, like the program for the
Yeah.
recital and some dance pictures or from some performances. So shout out to mom. She did such a great job organizing all of that
Shout
stuff.
out to Mimi.
Yay, Mimi. Um, so next time you're home in Michigan, I know right where it is now.
Oh,
I'll have to,
I would love to see it.
it's a good laugh. Sometimes we had like really big hair,
Did
back
you
in the day.
did you have big hair? Did you perm it out?
I have curly hair
Do you?
naturally. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't know. I feel like it just you always have your hair is always straight.
Yeah. It takes some work to make it a little tame,
Do you have a little
but
fro?
I did occasionally get some perms to try to give the curl some uniform, but it wasn't starting from a place of no curl. Um, and really professional dancers are supposed to have their hair all like just back in a bun. So I have plenty of just back in a bun,
Uh-huh.
which is not a good look, really. You probably saw Natalie Portman with her hair just back in a bun.
Yep, Natalie Portman and
Others.
oh my gosh, what else is her name? She was Jackie on that '70s show.
Oh yeah.
You know who I'm talking about. Oh my gosh, what is her name? Olivia, not Olivia. Mila. Renee doesn't ever listen. Renee doesn't ever listen to these, but she can. I mean, obviously she can hear my end, and she just yelled Mila Kunis from what, the bathroom? Yeah, she's pooping.
She's pooping. Was that her cutting her toenails?
It must have been, or yeah,
Are the kitties in there with her?
no, that's a 2-person job, and we can't even clip pantses because she's out of drugs. We need to to get her more. Gosh, so interesting. So what was do you have any cool what was the, oh my gosh, I don't even know. What was, did you wind up stopping because you got Tanya Hart?
Totally not. No.
Oh, I thought you said totally.
I did say totally, just for effect.
Oh, there's our 10-minute warning.
Oh. So I have something else to share about this dance stuff in just a minute. But
of course,
no, I just started a full-time job.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you went to.
But then, so then there was no time for this recreation. But I often think about
what would have happened if,
like, what kind of dance would I actually still be capable of doing?
Mm-hmm.
And I really like to tap dance. And Jeff's nephew, his fiance does the what's the Irish tap dance, like the river dance?
Mm-hmm.
And she teaches it. And I'm like, how cool would that be to
Michigan?
go? No, not in Michigan.
Oh.
But when I saw, she's in New York, but when I saw her occasionally,
mm-hmm.
to learn some moves.
Oh, so that's what led me to, well, I mean, what brought you here? What are you gonna do with your free time?
Yeah, so I'm at #unemployed day number 1.
Okay, cool. You said it. I didn't want to say it. I didn't know if you wanted it on the pod. That's why I left it ambiguous.
It is what it is. I feel like looking ahead at the next 2 weeks, there's just crap that I need to catch up on that I do not feel like I have all this time on my hands now. So looking ahead, like I said, at the next 2 to 3 weeks, it's pretty full. But I think I'll feel better after. So I feel like I'm always working so many hours. I was always in such a catch-up mode.
Yeah.
That now I can really get caught up.
Now you can finally catch up.
Now I think with a couple week cushion, I'll actually feel so check back in a couple weeks on, do you have free time yet?
I mean, you're here for the month if you want.
Yeah. So let's track that. And I'll say, as of today, I'm not feeling like it's a blank calendar yet.
All right. So we caught you on day 1. We'll see.
Yeah. I feel like I look at my desk and it's a hot mess. There's bills that have not, are just sitting in a box that haven't been filed in the appropriate place for a year.
I feel
you see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Not a year, but I got a stack right here.
Who has time to do that? So it's the counter has mail all over it. I have no less than 6 D-Biz magazines that I'm oh yeah, I'll read that someday. The Detroit Business,
Yeah.
So
the D-Biz.
Yeah. So I need time to do that. And then I think when all of that gets cleared out, I'll feel caught up.
Well, how was your first day of #unemployment?
Busy.
Was it a good day? Do you feel at least, do you feel any levity?
Yeah, I felt like I didn't have to check my work email and think about, okay, what do I absolutely have to get done for work this weekend to make Monday okay.
Mm-hmm. But
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, that is super. I mean, that's where, see, I feel opposite. because now with the internship and with them asking if I wanted to like go full time, I'm like, I was sitting at my calendar maybe like 2 days ago, and I was like, where did all of my time go? Like,
Yeah.
my calendar is completely filled up, and especially with like you guys coming in in a couple of weekends, and Kiernan's coming in next weekend, and then we have this, and it's crazy.
It's called being a grown-up.
Yep. I feel it.
So I really have to, I know it sounds Pollyanna, but I really have to embrace this, not as a bad thing, but as an opportunity to regroup.
Yeah.
Up.
I'm excited.
What I'm gonna do.
I'm excited for you, and I'm excited that you're gonna be on here, and we'll get some time to chat about.
Yeah, this will be an interesting journey because, like I said, this is day one. So
this will be. I'm very excited to see what happens with this.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about laundry. If I were going to work on today, I might have talked about things that I was worried about or working on or something, and it probably would have. It's always I don't want to say distracting, but that's
at the forefront.
That's at the forefront always.
But instead, we got to talk about something that you are so passionate and so excited about: laundry.
Yep. I identify with the laundry queen. So after we get done, I'm going to go look for some laundry.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny.
Got to be something that can be washed.
Well, it's going to kick us off in 4 minutes. Do you have anything else that you want to say to wrap up?
This was a great first time experience. I'm not going to go look for my tap shoes though, but I will go look for laundry. I think that's where I'm at.
Well, it is what it is. Maybe at the end of the month we'll get to see a little bit of tap dancing, either from you or from me.
You're pushing it. I'm going to show up in 2 weekends in Chicago with my tap shoes.
If you do, I'll have every camera in this apartment ready.
What happens when I am in Chicago? Do we do the podcast in person?
Yes, we do. But that is, I mean, I know that we have other things going on that weekend. And no, actually we could say, but I won't, because nobody who is,
nope,
they don't even watch this. But anyways,
it doesn't matter.
That is time permitting. And I mean, I would love to do an in-person podcast. I told Noelle that she has to on the day where you guys are all busy. And she's like, oh, okay, I'm super excited. So me and Noelle will be doing one. Or if the three of us wanted to do one and Nay just sits there, she'd be so mad. She'd be so mad.
We can't do that to her. It's too close to her birthday.
She said I want to be included. Actually, I do have four microphones. She says, I know you have 4 microphones. But yeah, I mean, we'll figure it out. And
we'll figure it out.
I'm not worried. But again, thank you so much for doing this. I'm excited.
My pleasure.
Aww. And with that, I think this is going to mark one of the few episodes that I wrap it up before it kicks us off of Zoom. That's kind of my calling card, that I ramble too long.
Peace out.
Peace and love. We'll see you.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
We talk all the time.
Yeah.
All right.
Have a nice night. Love you. Bye.